So the paper that you're going to get is two-sided, but we are actually going to go ahead and fold it to make a little paint palette. So I'm going to start out by lining up the corners. Once I get one corner lined up, I'm going to press and hold it. Then I'm going to line up the other corner, increase it so that it's nice and even. Once I have this, you can see that we have our front page, and then when you open it, that's where all of your colors are going to go. The first thing that I'm going to do is write my name on the front. I already have the apostrophe S there, so it'll say your name and then it'll have that apostrophe S. That just shows that it's yours. And I'm going to go ahead, instead of writing Miss Tice, I'm going to write Mrs. Van because that'll be my new name very, very soon. So I'm going to write Mrs. Van, and then you can see that apostrophe S there is going to make it Mrs. Van's Paint Palette. I'm deciding to write mine in bubble letters, but you could write yours in normal lettering. You could come up with some fancy lettering. It is totally up to you. I am just using a colored pencil right now, but you could use a pencil to sketch it out, or you could use a crayon. I think a colored pencil or a pencil will probably work best. Now, I am going to go ahead and grab my colored pencils to start coloring and my crayons. So you'll grab those from up front. You can use both of them, or you could just use one of them. It's totally up to you. I'm going to start out by coloring in my bubble letters, and then from there I'm going to color in my paintbrush. I'm going to color in that little border. And then if you want to, you can also color in that white behind. I'm deciding that I'm just going to do a little bit of color behind all of that lettering, but I'm not going to color in the whole thing. Now I have this part sped up so it looks like I'm going really fast, but make sure you go nice and slow. You can see everything's in the lines and it looks really neat. Now when I open it up, this is where you're going to get to choose your colors. And you're also going to name your colors, kind of like the Crayon Man did when he invented his Crayola crayons. So I'm going to go ahead and start choosing my colors, and as I go, I'm going to add my names to them, and then I'll come back and tell you about them. So as I'm finishing off my last color, you will see that when I close my paint palette, on the front you're going to be able to see my name and all the coloring that I did. And then when I go ahead and open it, you can see all of my colors. So the first color I did is a bright yellow. I named it Smiley Face. The second color is kind of like a light tan, and my dog is that same color, so I named it Chewy. Then you can see we have kind of like a lime green. I called that one Sour Apple because I love sour apple suckers. Then we have this pretty peach color, and it reminds me, every year me and my family go to Hilton Head Island. It reminds me of the sunsets there, so I called that one Hilton Head Sunset. I called this one Hockey Puck because I've played hockey since I was really, really little, and that just totally reminded me of it. This next one is a really pretty purple. I called it Bright Lilac. And then moving down to the next row, this green totally reminded me of mint ice cream, which I love to have in the summer. And then this orangish yellow color, I named it Buffalo Mac and Cheese because I love mac and cheese, and with buffalo chicken, it's really good. This purple, of course, I'm a Vikings fan, so I called it Viking. And then the next one is this really pretty blue color. I called that one Blue Skies because that is like my favorite weather, when there's no clouds in the sky and the sky is just really pretty blue. This next one, my favorite thing to eat in the fall, is chili. So I called this one Fall Chili. And then, of course, the last one, this brown, I called it Chocolate Frosting because any food is better with chocolate frosting on it. So there's my paint palette. You can see I have everything named and colored in really nicely. And then when I go ahead and close it, you can see the title of it so we know whose it is. So when you finish yours, you can bring it home with you today. And if you don't finish it, you can still bring it home and work on it at home or later today.